Welcome to Acrisure Client Solutions, powered by Zywave. After you received your invitation email from Zywave and get logged in, you'll see this home screen dashboard. Yours may look slightly different than mine because some of the content is based on your settings and your use. I'm going to take you on a tour of your dashboard and each of the tools available down this left-hand navigation menu on the side of your screen. Here you'll see content showing recent legal updates across the United States or in specific states. To read about them, click on View Alert. If you click on this subscribe button, this allows you to subscribe to weekly emails featuring recent content alerts. You can update your email preferences on the settings page. The settings page you'll find at the bottom of your left-hand navigation menu. Here, you can select the types of contents you'd like to see. From the drop-down menu, you can pick as many or as little of the types of topics that you would like to see. If you're focused only on risk management and safety, you can select those. If you work on human resources, employee benefits, whatever's most appropriate to you. In the locations, you can pick as many or as little states as you want. You don't have to make a selection in any of these filters. They're just there to help filter the content to make it most appropriate to you. You can do the same with industries. If you have a specific industry for your business that you would like your content to be focused on, go ahead and select that here. If you don't see the specific industry that you're in, you can either select Other or just leave it blank. Click here to save. Back on your home screen, here in the top right corner, you'll see a box that gives suggested or featured applications, as well as quick links to applications you've recently used. Down here in the Smart Content, you'll see suggested pieces of content based on the filters that you selected in your settings. You can toggle between benefits and P&C. In the benefits section, you'll see anything related to employee benefits, such as time off, health insurance, 401ks, etc. In the P&C filter, this is information related to any property and casualty insurance, which includes auto, property, general liability, and so on. You can click this arrow on the right-hand side to scroll through all of the suggested content. This content may be in the form of newsletters, one-page safety information that you could use for safety trainings, news briefs, legal alerts, sample policies, and more. At the bottom of your screen, you'll see quick links that will take you to the types of content that you selected in your filters in the settings screen. Let's take a tour down the left-hand navigation screen now. This next one from the home screen is called Shared with You. This is content that your broker may share to your portal based on information that they think might be useful to you, that you had asked about, etc. Content from your broker can be either emailed to you or put here in the Shared with You page on your portal, depending on your preferences. The Shared with You makes the content easily accessible, and you don't have to worry about saving or searching for emails for things that might have been sent to you in the past. If you prefer that your content be shared here rather than emailed, please let your broker know. The content comes from this content library. As I mentioned, the information can be sent to you by your broker, but you have access to all 10,000 pieces of information that your broker would have. So if you'd rather search for it yourself, it's all available to you. In order to search for content, you can come up here to this search window and type in any topic that you would like information on. Here you'll see I've typed in ladder safety. Type in the topic you'd like to search for and hit enter or click this magnifying glass search button. It filters down to any relevant information according to what you typed in the search bar. And again, as you can see, some of this comes in articles, newsletters, short videos. And mind you, these are not training videos. These are quick 2-minute videos that you might send out to your employees via an email, etc. You can filter these because if you notice, if I scroll down, there's 83 pages of content that matched the ladder safety search that I put in. So sometimes when you get lots of results, it's best to use these additional filters to help you search for what you need. You can search again by industry, location. You can search by topic, but we've already selected our topic. Or you can search by type and format. I really like this filter. If I was looking, let's say, for a PowerPoint presentation that I could present to my employees at our next safety meeting, I can come down here and select PowerPoint presentation. And it gives me all of these PowerPoint presentations that I could use to build my own safety training. If you click on View, you'll see that you can page through the entire document to see if this is the one that you think would be best for your purposes. If you decide you wanted to use this one, you can click Download. You have the option to download it in a PowerPoint or a PDF. I like to download it in the editable format. Once you click Download, it will download your document and it's fully editable. So you can add, remove, put in logos, whatever you'd like to do to make this your own presentation. If I go back to the filters, I can remove this filter if I'd like, if I was searching for something else. Again, you can look for a case study, a brochure, a guide, a handbook, or a manual. If you wanted to create a ladder safety manual, you could select this. Any of these, if you click on view, again, you can page through the entire document, see if this is something that you would like to use, download, and you can choose Word, PDF, PowerPoint, PDF, whichever the document type is. So moving on to the HR apps, you'll see there are a ton of applications that can help you support your HR department. Each of these, when you launch them, are a wizard that will help you walk through step by step. So I'm not going to go into each one as they're pretty self-explanatory. But as you can see here, you can build a custom job description, employee cost calculator, if you were trying to determine what the cost of adding a new employee would be. You can create an enrollment book for your annual enrollment of your benefits. The HR self-assessment tool is actually a questionnaire that walks you through the practices of your business, how you handle various HR aspects of your business, and it'll give you a report letting you know which areas may not be as strong as others and gives you some suggestions of what to improve. You can use these to build interview questions, a performance review, and you can even do salary benchmarking. If you are looking to see for a particular position what the average salary for that position is in your area. You can build a total compensation statement that includes not only their salary, but their benefits and what you as an employer contribute to the costs of those benefits. The compliance applications help you with ACA reporting, building benefit documents, compliance posters that you need to have posted in your break rooms, such as work comp posters or other notifications. Federal Poster Advisor, this helps you determine which of the posters are required for your specific company. There's an FMLA advisor that will ask you several questions to help you determine if a particular employee is eligible for FMLA. The multi-state laws comparison tool is really neat. You can put in multiple different states and select from a host of HR and workers' compensation laws to determine what the rules are in each state. This is important for multi-state employers who may have to make adjustments to employee handbook policies, workers' compensation policies, in order to stay compliant in each state. The web accessibility tool is actually designed for your IT department or for whoever manages your company's website. This is a tool that helps make sure that your website is accessible to individuals with disabilities. Next, we have the notices. This will help you generate COBRA notices, compliance notices. The Health Plan Compliance Calendar helps you keep track of key federal deadlines and access information and resources that help you to stay compliant. I'm going to skip over the LMS for a minute and we'll come back to that. When you click on Handbooks, it will open up this Build a New Handbook wizard. You can click on Build a New Handbook, and this wizard will take you through all of the policies available to place inside of an employee manual. You can select which policies you would like, and templated versions of those policies will be placed into your handbook. You are able to edit them. So, for example, if you put in a PTO policy, it will give you general wording, and then you can edit it to make sure that it matches with the hours and accrual and the way that it works in your particular company. At the end, you're able to download an entire Word document complete with all of the policies that you've selected and edited. You can also request a Spanish translation quote if you'd like your handbook to be translated into Spanish. Back on your main screen, the next item is the OSHA log. Here you are able to record your incidents, generate and print your OSHA forms. If you aren't sure if an incident is recordable, you can click on the Ask Incident Advisor, where it will ask you some information about the incident and the treatment and help you decide if it was recordable on your OSHA log. If it is, you can come here to record an incident. You would put in the pertinent information regarding the incident, and you can come back after it's saved at any time to continually update as things may change. For example, if somebody was taken off work, you might need to come in and update the number of days they've been away from work or on modified duty. You can use this Establishments tab to set up different locations or branches of your business. If you have multiple locations, especially across multiple states, you would want to put in a different establishment for each location. When you're adding your incidents, you can assign them to a specific establishment. On the Work Hours tab, by establishment, you can add work hours. This is information that needs to be put on your OSHA log. So you can select a branch, the year, the total hours worked by all employees, the average number of employees, and the maximum number of employees. This information will then pull into forms at the end of the year when it's time for you to print your OSHA logs. You can print a form here, and you can also generate the CSV file that you would need in order to e-report if you are a qualifying company required to e-report to OSHA. There's also an incident analysis that will take the information from the accidents that you reported and give you helpful information to help understand your losses, where they're coming from, what types of losses, and help you identify potential safety issues or trends that you need to focus on. The next tool is the HR Hotline. You have unlimited access to the HR Hotline. You can ask HR professionals questions about situations occurring with employees, how to handle things, questions about laws, etc. You can select Ask a Question in this upper right-hand corner, and it will open up an email form that you can send in. Fill in the information and hit Submit your question. The other option, if you click on this little blue circle by where it says HR Hotline, it's going to give you a phone number where you can reach out and speak with a professional. Depending on the urgency of your question, you may want to use this instead of filling out the request. The requests may take 1 to 2 business days to get back to you, whereas if you call the hotline, you may be able to get a more immediate answer. The next feature in the menu is the Help section. If you click on this, it will open up a section where you can search for articles that may help you understand how to use tools, and you can also chat with an expert if you're having specific technical difficulties. Let's come back now to the LMS. This is the Learning Management System. If you click on this, it will open a new window taking you to the dashboard of your learning management system. Here you're going to be able to assign safety and HR training videos to any of your employees. Your employees do not have to have a login to the Client Solutions Portal like you did. When you assign them a training video, they will get an email sent with a link for them to open up the video to complete it. They're able to start the video, stop in the middle if they need to step away, and come back to the video to complete it. At the end of each video, there is a quiz, and then they will receive a completion certificate. This dashboard allows you to see any of the assignments that are past due, still open, and what's been completed. If you click on any of these buttons, it will take you to the list of the assignments so that you can see who has the assignments completed, who has the assignments still open or past due. When you're in the Assignments tab, you can also click on Past Due, Open, or Completed here to see those same views. Back on the home screen in the right-hand corner, you'll see this reporting section. This allows you to run an assignment report that will show who's been assigned which videos, who has completed them, and when they were completed. This is important for a lot of compliance tracking purposes. If you needed to be keeping track of safety videos, annual videos that needed to be completed for HR purposes, etc., this will allow you to keep records and run reports at any time. The My Training section in the lower left quadrant allows you to easily access training that's been assigned to you. If you have anything assigned here, you'll be able to click on this Take Training button, and it'll open up your training for you to complete. This lower right quadrant is Managing Employees and Managing Groups. This is actually the first step that you have to take before you can assign anybody training videos. In the Manage Employees and Manage Groups sections, you will add in your employees, and if you choose, you can organize your employees by group. Groups allow you to assign training to a whole group of people at once rather than having to assign them individually. This may be important, for example, if you wanted just a group of managers to take a specific training. Or let's say you had the kitchen staff in a restaurant that you wanted to take a training that may not be applicable to the servers. I like to add the groups first so that when I add employees, I can place them in the group. But it's not required. You can do it in either order. To add a group, you literally just need to put in the name of the group, and you can put a description if you choose. And then you click Add. You can come to Manage Groups. If you wanted to edit, you can also add from here. You can assign courses from here. And if you click on Manage the Group, it'll give you group details, the members of the group, and show you what courses have been assigned to this group. If you wanted to add more employees to this group, you can do that from here. Here you'll see a list of all of the employees that you have added into your LMS system. You can remove people from groups or add them from groups right here, and then click Save. These Manage Group and Manage Employees options are also available on this left-hand navigation screen. So you don't have to come back to the home page in order to move from groups to employees or vice versa. If you wanted to go into Manage Employees, here you can add a new employee. First name, last name, and email address are the only things that are required. This optional field for an external ID, sometimes people use this to put in employee IDs, for example, that may match with your HR system, but that field is not required. If you have a large amount of employees that you wanted to bring in all at once, rather than one at a time, you can click Import Employees. There's a template that's provided. When you open the template, you'll see it has the same fields as before: first name, last name, email address, and the employee group. This is part of why I like to add the groups before adding employees, because here you can put first name, last name, email address, and the name of the group that you would like them to be assigned to. Again, the external ID is optional. Once you've filled in all of the information, save your document and come back to the import. You can click Browse, select the document that you just created, and once you've selected your document, you can come and choose Import Without Invitation or Customize the Invitation. If you choose to customize an invitation, you can choose the subject, message title, and the message body, and it will send out an invitation to all of the employees that you just uploaded. However, this is not necessary. Typically, I do it without the invitation because if I haven't assigned courses already, I don't want to confuse them by sending out an invitation when they don't have the need to be in there until I have assigned a course. So I typically import without the invitation. The next thing I recommend doing is coming to the course catalog. Here you'll find all of the videos that are available for you to assign to employees. In the catalog, you can page through one at a time through here if you'd like to look that way. They show up initially in alphabetical order. You can also filter by categories, and you can also search by course title. The categories have groupings for videos that you can filter down to, such as ergonomics, for example. Ergonomics focuses not just on workstations and postures at a desk, but the proper ways to lift to prevent back injuries, for example. There are some limitations that I have. For example, OSHA compliance only has a few videos in it. However, there's lots of videos in this catalog that actually do apply to OSHA regulations. So if you filter by the category and you're not finding what you want, I suggest going back to all categories and searching by the title of the topic that you would be looking for. We'll come back to ladder safety. As you can see, ladder safety, which is an OSHA regulation, was placed in the general workplace safety topic group. So you can see how searching just by the category may not find everything you need. Once you've found what you were looking for, you'll see that this will show you the duration of the video and then a description of what is going to be discussed in the video. In the preview, it won't track completion the way that it would if this was assigned to an individual, but you can still view the entirety of the video and even take the full quiz to see if this is what you're looking for before sending it out. One thing I really like about these videos is that for the most part, they're going to be about 20 minutes or less. So assigning these videos doesn't take hours of the day away from your employees. There are a couple of topics where the videos are longer based on the subject. For example, an HR topic that's used quite a bit is sexual harassment training. As you can see for this particular training, there's trainings that are based on multiple different states' specific regulations. You can look through the different You can look through to find your particular state, and if you don't see your state, that's simply because the federal regulations apply and there's nothing state specific that needs to be covered. So, for example, you would use this one that doesn't specify a state. As you can see, there's English and Spanish versions of these trainings. You might also notice that there are trainings for managers as well as for just the employees. The ones for managers are slightly longer than the ones for the employees because they're going to talk about what to do if somebody reports it to you. Another thing that I like in here is the manager success training. This is excellent for if you have employees that are moving up into supervisory or management positions, and it gives them some information on some laws they need to be aware of, things like conflict resolution and how to properly discipline in the workplace. Some of these are just a few minutes long, some of these are 30 minutes long, but it's a great way to provide some additional support and training as people move up into a management position. So once you've found the training that you would like to assign, you can come back to group management if you wanted to assign it to a group, or you can do it to the employee management. For this one, let's assign it to a group. Here up, you'll see an Assign Courses button. When you click on that, it gives you the drop down to select the specific group you want to assign it to. Once you've selected your group, you'll come in here and select your course. Now, as you can see, it gives you the full list of all the available courses. And if you didn't want to scroll through the entire thing, you can just type in the name of the training you were looking for and it will filter it down to that. Now, if you had multiple trainings that you wanted to apply, you can do multiples all at once. You don't have to do them one at a time, as long as the due date is going to be the same for each of these. If you wanted to assign this group, this first video due this week, the second video due next month, then you would have to do them one at a time so that you can alter this due date accordingly. I want to explain what this means, the Reassign Completed Assignments button. You'll see that it defaults to being checked. I recommend you always leave this checked. What this box means is if you send out an assignment and Zywave picks up that they've already completed the assignment in the past, it's not going to send them the new assignment if this box is not checked. As long as this box remains checked, it will reassign them completed assignments. So this is really important for things like if you have an annual training that you want to assign people, or if you found somebody, for example, you found somebody violating a safety procedure and you wanted to reassign them the training on how to properly lift to prevent back injuries or on the ladder safety, any of those things. So it's important to make sure that that's checked if you want to make sure that they're able to recomplete the assignment. Down at the bottom here, it's giving you some information on what the email reminders are set up to be. So, like I mentioned before, once you assign them a course, they will immediately get an email saying, hey, you've just been assigned this course. Here's the link to start your course. Then they start getting daily reminders before the due date and when it's past due. And you can select how frequent or You can select when you want these reminders to start and end in your settings, and I'll show you that in a minute. But here it's just reminding us that a daily reminder email will begin being sent starting 1 week before the due date, and a daily reminder will be sent for 12 weeks after the due date. So if you've collected or you've set up everything that you want, you've picked your due date, you can go ahead and assign that course and everyone will get their email. In the employee management, when you go to assign courses, you'll see that you can get a list of all of the employees and you can pick as many of them as you want. I'm going to cancel out of this to show you something here as well, because you can also do that from this main screen. And you can say assign courses, and those employees will already be up there. Same as before, you can select the videos. Same as with the group assignments, you can select as many videos as you'd like to assign to all of those employees. You can select the due date you'd like them to be due and make sure that the reassign completed assignments is checked. Then you would click assign. In the settings here is where you'll be able to find the due date reminder settings if you wanted to edit those. So if you wanted them to start getting daily reminders 2 weeks before their due date, that would be fine. If you only want to send them for 4 weeks after their past due, you can set these up however you'd like them. And then you'd click save. The help and training, similar to in the regular portal section, brings you into an area where you can search for FAQs, articles, etc. And you can also chat with an expert if you're having trouble using any of the features. If you have any questions on how to use the learning management system or how to use any of the features in the Client Solutions Portal, please don't hesitate to reach out at any time. We're here to help you. Thanks so much for watching this training.